Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live newsletter from me, Karen Wyman at Miskayani.com. For those of you who don't know me, I am Pachamama, a Andean Medicine woman trained by the Quero Indians who live high in the mountains, the Andes Mountains in Peru. Feels so nice to be doing another live newsletter so that you can hear my voice. Please tell me in the comments below if you enjoy it or not. And this will go on to my Miskayani YouTube channel. If you would like to pass it on to others or watch it again, it will be there. And I'd love to hear your comments if you enjoy these live newsletters. So there is much to share with you. It's time for new beginnings. It's time to meet the Rainbow Jaguar. It's time for a whole lot of new workshops for men, for women, and for everyone to connect with nature. So for those of you who got my last newsletter, you'll know that I've been going through a lot of change. A lot of things have been finishing off, and now I'm fully into the new beginning side of it. Yes. In the last months, there's been a lot of healing, a lot of transformation, and in a way, an awakening and a deepening into my role as a Pachamama and how I can support you with healing and transformation and connection with nature. So in the beginning, I thought it was just for my own healing. And of course, as it's unfolded, I've started to realize that nature not only was showing me a way to teach you through my own transformation, but also that the feminine voice is getting louder and louder. Yes, this is a feminine path, a feminine medicine, the Andean medicine. But there's also something about the feminine voice coming forward in this new paradigm that we are going into as a collective. And the programs that are coming are going to support you to go open that, to discover what that's about. So it's not only that's been developing in me. I'm also finding that the more I connect to this path, the more I commit to this path. Yes. So as you know, I'm starting to phase out my kinesiology and transformation games. I'm starting to put all my energy into the Andean medicine. And the more I'm doing that, I didn't know it was possible, but nature's getting louder. I had one day where I sat down to do a class and I could hear birds calling, and I thought, gosh, it sounds like eagles. And I go outside, and in the sky above me there are two eagles flying around and calling, you know. It was such a beautiful moment. And yes, and something else I just wanted to share with you. So last Sunday I was driving somewhere, and you know, when I go out here, I can't tell you how loud nature is. I will see easily 15 eagles on a drive, you know, really big ones, buzzards, etc. They literally will either be sitting on the road, on the posts, you know, or they'll be flying over. There's always interaction. And on Sunday last week, I was driving along, thought that I was seeing eagles, and I always said I'm going to stop and take photos. So I jump out the car, take a photo, and then when I open the photos, I discover that they're Cape vultures, which is, they're endangered, and it was the most beautiful sign. Two huge vultures just, you know, just flying and soaring on the breeze above me. Oh, it was so exquisite. And then 2 days later, I made a huge decision. I have bought land here in the mountains. So this is just a temporary place. Watch the space, lots of change. And the day I said yes, I suddenly realized it was Valentine's Day. I bought land on the day of love. And after my day at work, I went for a walk. I always walk around this piece of land that I've bought, and also a little bit further out because I have the entire panorama of the Langeberg Mountains. It's so exquisite. And as I'm walking along, I mean, I was on a dirt road and right at the back, as I look down, there is a Cape vulture feather. I mean, it's huge. I couldn't, I know of these things and I'm still in awe that they happen to me, that nature is wanting to speak to me and communicate. And, my Peruvian and Andean teachers always laugh when I, innocently go, oh my God, they reached out to me. And they're like, they remind me, when I was struck by lightning, I was hit on the right ear, which is all about the listening. Right? So it seems that my skills of interacting with nature, of listening, is getting louder and louder and louder. And so as this has been growing, I'm realizing I want to share it with you. And the way I've been working has got us to this point, but now I want to go further. And like I say, the feminine voice is getting so loud that I started hearing this, take what you've been through and experienced in everyday life and put it into a workshop, into a program. And, I must tell you, I sat down and I wrote it out and thought, oh, well, that's it. And then I couldn't find a name for it. And I can't tell you, I've been through like 6 pages of lists of names. And then I started having dreams and things and signs and things started happening until this creature, this animal, which is called the Rainbow Jaguar, arrived. And from the moment she arrived in the space, I had to take that workshop and I had to go much deeper with it and open it up. So the wisdom of the Rainbow Jaguar is going to travel with us on this new program. It's 6 months long, from equinox to equinox. Yes, we are going to... How do I put this? Okay. So the Rainbow Jaguar actually existed, yes, in the saber-toothed tiger times on our planet. There was jaguars, black jaguars that had rainbow-colored fur on their chests and feet that could hold on to trees. And of course, as that epoch evolved and etc., we got our jaguars with their paws and, have internalized the rainbow. We're going to talk a lot more about the Rainbow Jaguar when we do this program. But, this jaguars are all about power. They are transformative archetypes, yes? They're about power. They're about us finding our power from within, listening to our senses. Yeah, so we're going to do a lot of listening. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of experiencing. It's not about me telling you what this is. Most people's heads know what the feminine is. However, it's time to experience what it means, because the feminine is about experiencing it, not here in our heads, but in our bodies, in our souls. Yes, grounded and in the present. So through the Rainbow Jaguar holding this container, we are going to start exploring where we've got victim consciousness that we can release so we can find our power. We're going to open our senses and we are going to explore this wisdom that the feminine has to offer us. Yes? Through that container, we are going to meet the Nustas. Yes? The Nustas of the Nusta Carpais, which are the Nustas of the goddesses, the princesses from the Inca realms, that hold the energy of the earth, of the waters, of the air, of our ancestors, of the spirit. Yes, they cover so many aspects of our being and of this world, the 3 worlds that exist, right? But also we're going to interact with nature beings. Beyond them, we'll be working with crystal beings. We're going to be working with Mama Cacao. We are going to go on the most delicious journey of exploring our senses as women, because this is going to be a woman's only program, so that we can go really deep into the feminine. I am so excited about this. just because of the way it came to me. It's not a great idea I had. It was nature going, here's the way forward. And we're going to explore, and we're going to share. We're going to have containers. We're going to meet on Tuesday evenings and some Saturdays when we need extra space over these 6 months from equinox to equinox, and be in a container shared with other women who will also share their wisdom, yes, so we can go really, really deep into what feminine wisdom is really about, yes, and letting the Rainbow Jaguar guide that process. So I hope you will join me. I will put a link in the post or in the newsletter above if you want to know more about costs, and if you want more details, like what's going to be in the program. We're going to do all kinds of things. We're going to go on journeys. We're going to do a very specific form of meditation from nature. We're going to learn about ceremonies and offerings and rituals together. We're going to do despachos. We're going to celebrate the feminine through all these beautiful ways of being. So beginners are welcome. If you are new to this path, most welcome. If you have already done the Nustakarpais but are attracted to this, please listen to this. Yes, because we're going to be able to go deeper. For those of you who have repeated the Nustakarpais with me, you will understand what I mean, that we go deeper every time we interact with those rites and those transmissions. So yes, I hope you will come and join me for a most delicious, delicious program beginning on March the 21st. Yes? And then I just want to mention the private sessions, because I mentioned last time that kinesiology is going to be falling away. I am still offering personal sessions, private sessions, for people who want to heal anything, yes, but it will be mainly Andean. I have to tell you that many years ago, I often get told that I'm an excellent healer, that there's an immense power, all these things. But someone once said to me, but that power hasn't been tapped into until you work with the ancestors. At the time, I thought that meant, go and heal my own ancestors. So, I pulled all my great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers out of the cupboard and started working with them. Never mind, the Andean medicine has a way to work with the ancestral medicine. But over time, I realized it wasn't only that. In Andean medicine, the ancestors are the mountains. It is Pachamama. It is the nature beings. And I am realizing that if I offer Andean private sessions, nature shows up and they know what you need for healing. Whether it's physical challenges you've got, whether you're having problems with relationships, whether you've lost your power, whether you need grounding, whether you just want peace. If you feel like you're just carrying a lot of trauma and you'd like to be cleaning up, yes, the Andean medicine sessions can address that, all of it. So I will be putting more information on my website so that you can come and explore it, see what it's like. I'm going to offer it at a discounted rate while people get to know it. Yes, this is powerful stuff, and it's gentle, and there's no head orientation understanding. You get to surrender and just let nature do what needs to be done over that session and over the following days. It's incredibly, incredibly profound. So hope you will be curious and come and join me for something different when it comes to personal sessions. Yes. Now, because we're doing this year program specifically for women, but also because I have had a few men come and do Nustakarpais with me, but I don't know if men are shy. I know it's coming up in your private sessions. That there's the heart space within, that there's the feminine voice coming through you. I started to realize that kinesiology couldn't address this enough, and the best way was to bring the Nustakarpais to you. So just so you know, the men who are watching this, there is a men only Nustakarpai coming up in April. If you're in South Africa, I'm going to be doing it here in Swellendam, in the Western Cape. with this beautiful mountains in the background. I already have men on it, and there are 2 to 3 spaces left. I don't hold big groups when it comes to these. I keep it small and intimate, also better for you. So there's only 2 or 3 places left. I do have people who want to do Nusta Karpais online, specifically men. So if you're overseas and you want to have the Karpais done, get in touch with me. All right, all the dates for these get chosen according to what serves you and me. Yes, I don't set dates for these. What I find is people come together, like the 2 men that are already on the Nusta Karpais in April. They've asked for a specific place and time so that they can book tickets and come down. And, you know, as the others join, we will see what works for everybody, and we put together 3 or 4 days of live transmissions. So if you're watching, or if you know men who would love to have this feminine expand within them for these times, this new paradigm, please pass this on. All right, now, lastly, I want to speak about something. I'm thinking of doing monthly despachos. Every month doing a despacho where we do a healing for somewhere on the planet. I've just finished a despacho for Peru. I don't know if you've been watching the news. Peru's had a lot of political issues. There's a lot of suppression of the indigenous people there. So we've done 3 or 4 sessions already on that. But I'm aware there's earthquakes in Turkey. There's floods in New Zealand. Climate change is here, everybody. And not just that, but also a lot of corporate, what else shall we call it? Masculine, and I mean dysfunctional masculine, regardless of what body someone is in. Dysfunctional masculine dynamics, crushing spirituality, crushing feminine. I mean, we all know this, yes? I would like to address all of that. Every month we're going to choose a new theme for the night. We will do a despacho, and we're going to send healing, and we're going to start repairing in the way that we can. I know many of you want to help and you don't know how. This is a way. So please, if you are interested, please message me, email me, info@miskayani.com, or message me via my Miskayani Facebook page. I'm on Telegram. I've got a channel on Telegram. So many ways you can get in touch with me. I will put it above in the post or in the newsletter. Let me know what you think about this. Would you be interested? Yes? All right, everybody. So I think I've said everything that is on my list. Get in touch. I would love to hear from you. We can engage with nature at a much deeper level, and it's so heart-touching. It brings meaning and richness to our lives. And never mind the healing. It's so light. We don't have to go through the heaviness to heal things. We can do it another way with support, and know that we are part of a nature family. Yes? So any questions, any queries, any comments, please put them in the comments section below if you're watching this via social media. Otherwise, please connect with me. I'd love to hear from you. Sending you all lots of munai, lots of love. Yes, from Miskayani.com and me, Karen Weinman. And if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe so you'll know when the next newsletter is out. There is going to be more videos every 2 weeks about a topic. So watch this space, everyone. Ciao for now.